Hi everyone, my name is Parul. Welcome to my channel Parul English Lab. In this video, I will tell you what are phrases and different types of phrases. It's very important to understand phrases because it's an important part of English grammar. So please watch this video till the end, and I assure you that after watching this video, you will not have any doubts regarding phrases. So let's start our today's video. A phrase is a group of words without subject and verb agreement. Now, subject and verb agreement, I already have made a video on this, and I will mention the link in description box. If you haven't watched that video yet, you can watch it. Okay, so just to give you a little idea about subject verb agreement, so this means that subject and verb must agree with one another in numbers. For example, he goes to school. So here he is the subject and goes to school. We know in simple present tense we use a plural form of the verb with singular third person, that is he, she and it. Okay, so he goes to school. So in place of go, we will use plural form of go, that is goes. Okay, so this is what happens. So in subject verb agreement, we always use the verb according to the subject. Okay, so this is what it is. So a phrase is a group of words without subject verb agreement. It is a part of a sentence. It is not a complete sentence. A phrase is a part of a sentence that cannot stand on its own, that cannot stand alone. Okay, for example, I have a beautiful dress. So here, I have a beautiful dress. This is a complete sentence, and the phrase in this sentence is a beautiful dress. Okay, so this is a phrase, it's a group of words, and if you take this phrase, a beautiful dress, then it is not a complete sentence. Okay, to make a sentence you need some more words, and at the same time it cannot stand alone. A beautiful dress, it doesn't have a meaning. So to give the meaning to this phrase, you need to add some more words. Okay, so this way a phrase is a group of words without subject verb agreement. A beautiful dress, so there is no subject and there is no verb as well. Let's look at another example. She lives in the tallest building of this town. So here the phrase is the tallest building in the town. So this is the phrase, and again it doesn't have a meaning on its own and it cannot stand alone. Could you look for my red pen? So here it's an interrogative sentence, and here the phrase is my red pen. Okay, so this is a phrase, a group of words, and it doesn't have a meaning and it cannot stand alone, and it is a part of the sentence. It is not the whole sentence. Could you look for my red pen? Now we have understood what are phrases, but why do we use them? We use them to give some extra information about the object, subject or other components in a sentence. So that's why we use phrases in a sentence. And one more thing, there can be more than one phrases in a sentence. It's not that you can have only one phrase in a sentence. There can be 2 or 3 phrases as well in a sentence. There are 5 main types of phrases. First, noun. Second, adjective. Third is adverb or adverbial. Fourth is verb, and fifth is prepositional. Now let's understand them one by one. A noun phrase is a group of words that has a noun or a pronoun. It modifies the noun. Now modify means to give information, to give extra information about the noun. Noun phrase can function as a subject, an object, or as a complement. Now don't get confused with this word complement. Complement in English grammar means a word or group of words that describes the subject or the object of a sentence. So that's how noun phrase works or functions. Now let's look at some examples. He doesn't have a bank account. So he doesn't have a bank account. This is a complete sentence, and the phrase is a bank account. So a bank account is the noun phrase here, and in this sentence it's an object. Okay, as I told you that noun phrase can be a subject or an object or a complement in the sentence. Okay, so here in this sentence it's an object. He doesn't have a bank account. So he doesn't have what? We are talking about a thing, okay? It's a noun. We are talking about something. So he doesn't have what? He doesn't have a bank account. So it's an object, and this is a noun phrase in this sentence. I hope that you know what is a noun, what is a pronoun, subject, object. We already have done all of this. I have made videos on all these parts of speech, so please watch those videos and then watch this one, because this is an advanced part of grammar. Phrases and clauses, these are advanced grammar, and unless until you have complete idea of the basic concepts like noun, pronoun, subject, object, you cannot understand this, okay? So first brush up your basic concepts and then move on to this one. Now let's look at the next sentence. The best car safety device is a rear view mirror. So in this sentence, there are two phrases. As I already have told you that we can have more than one phrase in a sentence. So in this sentence, we have two noun phrases. First is the best car safety device. This is the first phrase. The best car safety device is the rear view mirror. The rear view mirror. This is the second noun phrase, okay? So the best car device is the subject, okay, and is the rear view mirror. So rear view mirror, this is the object. Next is they want to solve this puzzle. So what do they want? They want something. They want noun, okay? They want to solve this puzzle. So to solve this puzzle is a noun phrase, and this is an object in this sentence. They is the subject. They want. So they do the action is want. So they is the subject. They want what? They want to solve this puzzle. So this is an object, and this is a noun phrase. To talk rubbish is wrong. So something is wrong. Something. So that is noun. Now what is wrong? To talk rubbish is wrong. So to talk rubbish, what are we talking about? We're talking about to talk rubbish. So this is a subject, and at the same time this is a noun phrase. To talk rubbish is a noun phrase in this sentence. My cousin's friend had left. So who had left? My cousin's friend. Okay, so we know that noun is a person, place, animal, thing, feeling, idea, etc. Okay, so here we are talking about a person, so that's a noun, and because it is more than one word, it is a group of words, so that's a noun phrase, and that is the subject in this sentence. My cousin's friend had left. Okay, so this is a noun phrase. Did you enjoy reading this book? So here the noun phrase is reading this book. Did you enjoy something? Did you enjoy that? Okay, so we are talking about a noun, and did you enjoy something? So this is an object in this sentence, and that's a noun phrase. What did you enjoy? Did you enjoy reading this book? So reading this book, so this group of words, it's a phrase and it's a noun phrase. So now I hope you have understood a noun phrase. It's a group of words that has a noun or a pronoun, okay, and it functions as an object or a subject or a complement in a sentence. Next is adjective phrase. Adjective phrase is a group of words that act as an adjective. Now we know what is an adjective. Adjectives are the words that describe a noun or a pronoun. Okay, so it exactly functions like an adjective, but we call it a phrase because it's more than one word. Okay, it's a group of words, but it works like an adjective in a sentence. Okay, now let's look at some examples. She has long, silky and smooth hair. So long, silky and smooth, these words are describing hair. Okay, so these are adjectives, but it's a group of words, that's why we call them adjective phrase. Okay, so in this sentence the adjective phrase is long, smooth and silky. The class is calm and quiet. So here the adjective phrase is calm and quiet because it's describing the class. Okay, so adjectives, they always describe a noun or a pronoun. So here they are describing the class, that is a noun. Okay, so the class is calm and quiet. So calm and quiet is an adjective phrase. He is not sure about the news. So he is not sure. So not sure is an adjective phrase and it describes he. He is what? He is not sure. Next is, why are you getting so angry? So here the adjective phrase is so angry. Why are you getting so angry? So angry. These are the two words that are describing you. Why are you getting so angry? So angry is an adjective phrase in this sentence. The cost of this car is way too high. So it's too much. So way too high, this is an adjective phrase and this is describing the cost of the car. Okay, so what is way too high? The cost of the car. Okay, so that's why this is an adjective phrase. Next is adverbial phrase. Adverbial phrase is a group of words that has an adverb and other modifiers. It functions like an adverb. Now we all know what are adverbs. Adverbs are the words that describe a verb. Okay, for example, he is driving carefully. So here carefully is describing the word drive. Okay, so that's why it's an adverb. So adverbs are the words that describe a verb in a sentence. So an adverbial phrase functions as an adverb in a sentence. An adverbial phrase usually describes how, when, where and why an action takes place. So now let's go through some examples. He behaves like a king. So he behaves like a king. This is a sentence. And he behaves how? Like a king. So here like a king is an adverb. It's an adverbial phrase, like a king. Okay, and it answers the question how. Tom is coming in a minute. So Tom is coming, this is the verb, in a minute. So it tells the time when. He is coming in a minute. So in a minute, this is a group of words and this describes when the action will happen. Okay, so here in a minute is an adverbial phrase. You can stop the car near the park. So here in this sentence, you can stop the car where? Near the park. So here near the park is an adverbial phrase because here it describes where the action can take place. Where? Near the park. So near the park is an adverbial phrase. I went to the market to buy some fruits. Why did I go to the market? To buy some fruits. So to buy some fruits is an adverbial phrase. She sang extremely beautifully. So she sang how? She sang extremely beautifully. Okay, so extremely beautifully, this is an adverbial phrase. So this way, adverbial phrases are a group of words that has an adverb and that describes the action, where the action takes place, when the action takes place, how the action takes place and why the action takes place. Okay, so this is all about adverbial phrases. Next is verb phrases. So verb phrases are used as a verb in a sentence and verb phrase includes a main verb and an auxiliary verbs. Let's have some examples. Children have been sleeping for so long. So here the verb phrase is have been sleeping. So main verb is sleeping and have been, these are auxiliary verbs. Okay, so have been sleeping, 3 words, a group of words. So this is a verb phrase because these 3 words are acting like a verb in a sentence. Okay, so this is called a verb phrase. And auxiliary verbs, main verbs, types of auxiliary verbs, this all we already have done. So you will find all these videos on my channel. If you don't know about them, if you don't have knowledge about them, please go through those videos, understand all these basic things and then only you can understand phrases. We all are waiting for you. So here verb phrase is are waiting, 2 verbs. Auxiliary, are is an auxiliary verb or a helping verb and waiting is the main verb. We all are waiting, so are waiting is a verb phrase. They will be cleaning the car. So here the verb phrase is will be cleaning. So cleaning is the main verb and will be is an auxiliary verb. Okay, so we will be cleaning the car. So will be cleaning is a verb phrase. Next is prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrase consists of a preposition and its object, and that object can be a noun, a pronoun, a gerund, or a sentence. A prepositional phrase always starts with a preposition. Now we all know what are prepositions. We already have done that. I have made many videos on prepositions. So prepositions are like in, on, at, of, beside, under, etc. Okay, so a prepositional phrase always starts with a preposition. Now let's look at some examples. We ate South Indian food at the restaurant. So here in this sentence, at the restaurant, at is a preposition, at the restaurant, this is a prepositional phrase. Okay, now you might have a confusion here that this is an adverbial phrase also, because it talks about where the action had taken place. Okay, we ate South Indian food at the restaurant. So where did we eat? Where the action happened? At the restaurant. So again here we talk about where the action took place. So this is the adverbial phrase also. So this is correct. Prepositional phrase can be an adverbial phrase or an adjective phrase depending upon the sentence. So in this sentence, at the restaurant, this is a prepositional phrase because this starts with a preposition and it has an object. Okay, and at the same time this is an adverbial phrase also. Okay, so they both are correct. So in your exam, if you have an option of a prepositional phrase, then mark it. If you have an option of an adverbial phrase, then mark that. Okay, they both are correct. Now look at this sentence. That book on the table is dirty. Okay, so in this sentence, the prepositional phrase is on the table, because on the table, this starts with a preposition on. So that book on the table is dirty. But here this is on the table, this is not an adverbial phrase, rather it's an adjective phrase. So we already have done that adjective phrase, because on the table this phrase is describing that book. Okay, that book, describing the noun, and we know that adjectives are the words that describe a noun or a pronoun. Okay, so here we are talking about that book. So on the table, that book on the table is dirty. Now it's very easy to identify adjective phrases because they can be identified by asking two questions. One is which one, and second one is what kind of. Okay, so here that book, which book, which one? That book on the table is dirty. So that's why this is an adjective phrase. Now let's look at one more example like this. He was a man of great wealth. So here of great wealth, of is a preposition, of great wealth is a prepositional phrase. Okay, and at the same time this is an adjective phrase also, because it answers the question what kind of. What kind of a man? He was a man of great wealth. Okay, so this is an adjective phrase also. The news about the house made me anxious. So about the house, about is a preposition, about the house, this is a prepositional phrase. Okay, the news about the house. So which news, which one? The news about the house made me anxious. Okay, so about the house, this phrase is describing the news. Okay, so it's describing the noun, the news. So that's why this is an adjective phrase also, and at the same time this answers the question which one? This news about the house. Okay, so that's why it's an adjective phrase as well as a prepositional phrase. He answered in a rude manner. So in a rude manner, this is a prepositional phrase. In is a preposition, in a rude manner is a prepositional phrase, and at the same time this is an adverbial phrase also, because it answers the question how the action happened. He answered. How did he answer? He answered in a rude manner. Okay, so that's why this is an adverbial phrase also. We will meet at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. at preposition at 7 p.m. is a prepositional phrase, and we will meet when the action will take place at 7 p.m. So again it talks about the action, when the action will take place in future. So here this is an adverbial phrase also. They save money for future expenses. So again, for future expenses, for is a preposition for future expenses. This is a prepositional phrase, and at the same time this is an adverbial phrase also, because they save money for future expenses. So they save money. Why do they save money? So this talks about the action. Why do they save money? They save money for future expenses. Okay, so this answers the question why. That's why this is an adverbial phrase also. Okay, so next time don't get confused between adverbial phrase, adjective phrase and prepositional phrase, because prepositional phrases can work as an adjective phrase or as an adverbial phrase also. Now I hope you have understood everything about phrases, what are phrases, what are the different types of phrases. Now I'm going to give you a quiz. What you have to do is you have to underline the phrases and tell me what type of phrase is that. Okay, and I will share the answers with you. You can mention your answers in the comment section. So that's all for today. Keep learning, keep practicing. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. Thank you. Take care. Have a great day.